All right, Herb, Albert, and the Tijuana Brass show up, and they bring Joe, the Bryan Insurance guy, with them.
Boy, what's going on, Rick?
Another day in paradise here on your Cornelius Custom Services 8 o'clock report. And Stars and Cars is coming up. And you got those really cool cars that are going to be out there and about. And you got to keep them looking good. You got to keep your cars looking right. And the one way to do it is with insurance.
It is, and you hope those cars were not out last night. It was almost the events of last night almost set up perfectly for what we're talking about today, and that's auto comp claims. And if anybody had their car out last night in the hailstorm, we had varying different sizes of hail coming down, anywhere from baseball to softball, pea size, tennis ball, insert any size of ball that you want here, as long as it's not a kickball. I think if it comes down like a kickball.
If it comes down like a basketball or something.
We got big problems.
We got bigger problems, yeah.
Basketball's hail is not good. But was out in it last night, myself actually, and had some poor guy behind me on a motorcycle.
I bet that was fun in the hail.
He had to pull over. I came close to saying, man, maybe I should just let him get in my car, because, man, it was out by Wildcatter. It was beaten down. And I'll tell you the weird thing, my brother-in-law lives right behind me.
Right.
And he lives probably 100 to 150 yards behind me. He was getting 2-inch size hail at his house. We got absolutely none at ours.
That's amazing.
So it is amazing how that weather goes. So,
hey, what's the difference between ping pong size hail and golf ball size?
It's no dimples.
I was wondering what was.
Yeah, there's no dimples in the hail. Now we know.
Yes,
exactly.
that's it.
You like that?
Yes.
Anyway, so we're talking about comp claims this morning, and in a situation like hail, the hail that was coming down last night, folks may want to know, well, wait a second, if I got to get my car fixed, how does that process go?
Right.
First thing you want to do is you want to call your agent. Pull out your insurance card, give your agent a call, say, hey, you know what? Our car got beat up pretty bad last night. I need to see about having somebody come out and take a look at it. Now, in a case where you have a massive line of storms coming through. Last night was a little bit different. We saw, while we were at the game, we saw that storm kind of blow up just north of Abilene, just kind of south of Throckmorton, and it was just kind of a single cell that went through. So typically when you have a large amount of storms coming through, like a big line of them or something like that, and you have just a massive wall of hail moving, they'll typically do what they call a catastrophic event in that situation. The insurance companies will come in and they'll say the amount of losses are so high that we're going to declare that a catastrophic event. So what that means is they call it a CAT claim, CAT whatever. When that actually happens, they'll typically get extra resources to the area to look at cars. You'll see them set up shop in various parking lots to where you can pull your car through, have them take a look at it. Not sure if last night will be considered a CAT claim just because it was a single isolated cell type of a situation. But you still want to pull out your insurance card. You want to give your agent a call if you think you may have some hail damage, and have them start the claim process for you. We do it all day long. I envision it'll be a busy day on the phones at Bryan Insurance today, folks calling up. It's not just cars, it's roofs as well. That the hail, it was quick. It lasted probably 5-10 minutes, depending on where you were, because it was a fast-moving storm. I think it was moving at about 35 miles an hour.
Yeah, 35, 45 miles an hour last night.
Yeah, so it's not like it was just sitting over you for 10, 15 minutes just pelting you. It was more of a, kind of a fast-moving storm.
It's kind of like get hit with a paintball gun.
Pretty much,
Just come through, bam, and you're out of there.
Pretty much. So call your agent and just say, hey, listen, I think I may have some damage. I want somebody to take a look at it. And they'll get the process started. And again, what you want to do is, if you have full coverage insurance, that's the only way that you're going to get your dings taken out, is through full coverage insurance. If you have just liability only, you're kind of out of luck on getting your car fixed, because liability only does not cover your vehicle for comp and collision. And what we're talking about today is comprehensive coverage for your vehicle. So you call your agent, say, hey, just want to have them take a look at it. Great. They'll pull up your policy and see what your deductible is, advise you of what your deductible is, and just kind of go from there. And let you know that you may be out of pocket $250, $500, $1,000, just depending on what your policy
what your
calls
deductible
for.
is.
Yeah, exactly. And so they'll get the ball rolling, have you take your car somewhere, take a look at it. It's a lot like roofs. They're going to look at it and they're going to count the pings, they're going to count the dings, and any associated damage that's with it, and they're going to come up with a number. And they will typically say, hey, this is what we're going to pay you to get the dings out. And you get to make the decision or not whether you're going to take the dings out, or the dings may be so numerous that they just say, you know what, the value that we're going to pay you is more than the car is worth. Like I look at my 4Runner, for example, and it's a 99 4Runner. It's got like 200,000 miles on it. Book on it's probably $3,000, $3,500. Well, if I've got $4,500 worth of hail damage, yeah, they're probably not going to pay that out. They're just going to say, hey, we're going to total your car out.
Right. So, and now, I guess on a day like this, the day after, so to speak, is not the time to find out if you have that coverage or not.
That's probably the worst time to find out. Exactly. Yeah. I'll tell you, we had a guy here who's no longer in town. Just talking about a roof claim. He's no longer in town, but I kept asking him, hey, let us take a look, let us see if we can do for you. And he said to me, he says, I guess I found out the hard way the difference between replacement cost and actual cash value when it comes to your roof replacement. And he had an older home in town, didn't realize what he had until after the huge hailstorm came through in 2011. And he found out the hard way that he had actual cash value, which took into consideration depreciation, and he had to pay a heck of a lot of money out of pocket. Same thing with auto claims too. You may think, hey, I got coverage, until you find out in a situation like this that, I didn't have comp coverage. All the hail damage is not covered, and I'm kind of stuck like Chuck. Sorry, Chuck.
That's right. Bad for Chuck. Hey, folks, need to get a hold of you and ask you questions, or if they did had a problem last night, what do they do?
It's real simple. Like I said, pull out your insurance card, call your agent. Of course, you can call us up at Bryan Insurance, 549-2525. Talk to either Ann, Lynette, myself, and we'll get the ball rolling for you. But, yeah, if you think you may have some damage, give your agent a call. This is your agent's time to shine. This is when, folks say all the time to me, boy, I tell you, insurance is one of those things that I pay out all the time, pay it every month, and I never see any value. This is where you're going to see your value. This is why you pay your agent. This is why you should be paying your agent versus paying the lizard or somebody on the telephone or something like that. This is where it's your agent's time to shine. So put your agent to work, make him earn his money, and give him a call and let him get the process started.
Get her done today. That is Joe, the Bryan Insurance guy.
Now, they can also come up to the office if they want as well. Second floor of the Sierra Bank Building. Almost said it again. Second floor of the Sierra Bank Building. And you can come on in there, and Sarah and Brenda will greet you and let us get the ball rolling. Let us get the process started for you.
Give them a call today, 549-2525. All right, Joe, appreciate your time, my friend.
Thank you, Rick.
And, hey, see you tonight, I guess.
I guess we'll see you tonight.
Yes.
Maybe. We'll see. I don't know.
Lady Blue softball tonight.
All right, we got enough time.
We got the Beatles coming up. Stick around here in your Cornelius Custom Service 8 o'clock report.